you live your life very surface level, this is not going to make any sense to you. Last year around this time had to be around September, October, because that's when God usually gives me a word for the year. Yes, God Himself gives me a word for my year. And the word is overflow. You might have seen a post about this. The thing is, this came up earlier when I was on a Zoom call, and I said that I was going to post about it here. The thing is that the overflow, when I first got the word, I thought that the overflow meant so many blessings are coming into my life. Finally, I'm going to experience these things that I've had on my vision board for years. Finally, I'm going to have breakthrough in these certain areas where I've been struggling. Finally, this is going to happen. What really happened is that 2025 was a year that I had to level up internally. And I'm still in the process of doing that. And I believe this was in a dream. And in the dream, I saw molten gold being poured out. And as the molten gold hit the ground, it started building up upon itself. And it took the form of a woman. And I had a knowing in seeing this that the woman was me. And that the overflow that he was telling me about was not overflow that I was going to receive. It's overflow that I am going to become. It's overflow that I am becoming as a result of this refining process. I'm saying this to say, there may be things that you are thinking of and you think it's outside of your reach. You think it's impossible for you, and you might be right, because the woman that you are today cannot handle that. She's actually not ready for that. That doesn't make the desire go away. So what happens now is that there's a wrestling within you, because the person you are wants this thing, wants this experience, wants this type of life that you feel is out of reach. It's out of reach to who you are. There are certain parts of your character, there are certain parts of your mindset, there are certain habits that you are going to need to burn off, so to speak. And the molten gold represents the process of heating everything up so that those things can be burned off and burned away. And what you're left with is pure, solid gold. And fast forward another year, and he gives me another layer of understanding. This is why I tell you that a woman needs 3 types of appointments. You need that appointment with God, because there are things that God is going to explain to you about your own life that other people are not going to be able to explain to you. One of the things that he showed me is that solid gold, once the gold, it's no longer molten, once the gold is hardened and it is solid, and maybe it's been made into a piece of jewelry, it is not indestructible. Solid gold, 24 karat gold, pure gold, is actually quite malleable. If you have a pure gold piece, you have to treat it with care. You can't just bang it around. It's going to get scratched up. All kinds of different things are going to happen to it. It's not a metal that is going to stand up to rough treatment. After you have gone through refinement, you are precious. You were precious to begin with. When someone finds gold in the dirt, and it's just like a big chunk of gold, and it has like dirt all around it, it might even have rock stuck in it, you have to melt that gold to extract what is pure. So when you're going through these difficulties in your life and things just seem like it's not making sense, it's like one trial after another, stop and ask yourself in that moment, because your perspective is going to determine your level of refinement. Stop and ask yourself in that moment, what is really happening here? And what is happening to me? This is when you have that appointment with yourself. You have to ask yourself, these things that I'm going through, what is happening to me? And you make a choice in that moment to choose wisdom. You choose insight. You choose to see what's really happening. You choose to be the bigger person in the situation. These are all choices. And the choices that you make, the better the choices are that you make, determines your level of refinement. If you find that you are going through these trials over and over and over again, there is constant refinement. There is constant refinement that is happening. There are lessons to be learned in every single trial, in every single challenge, in everything that you face. Even in your victories, there are lessons to be learned. So if you've had dreams, if you have had repeating patterns that you keep seeing, there are conversations that you keep having, there are things that you're seeing not just online, because when you see stuff online and it's something that you are paying attention to, you fall into an algorithm, a virtual algorithm. But there is also a spiritual algorithm, and things around you are going to start to connect. You're having a conversation with this one and this particular topic comes up, and then you just click on your computer and you're going through your emails, or you might be looking at an ad, and then there that thing is again. It might be a certain color, it might be a certain number. These are not accidents. People think it's weird, people think it's woo woo. No, it's not. No, it's not. Your spiritual antennas have to be up. Another thing that I was talking about in the call earlier is that when I started the vision sequence, I really thought that I was just helping women plan, because I'm like, okay, I'm good at planning, I'm good at putting calendars together, I'm going good at doing that kind of thing, helping people kind of talk through and walk through what things should look like. And that was it. That's all I saw. But the more I started to work on it, the more it started to work on me. And when I tell you, the vision that I had in 2021, when I started the vision sequence, is not the vision that I have today. It has expanded into something that is so much more. For us to effectively envision and actually walk out a plan, there is so much insight that we need. There is so much revelation that we need. It's not just about checking boxes and being efficient, right? It's also about healing. It's also about soul searching. It's also about becoming. It's about leveling up. Because the truth is, some of that stuff that you wanted at the beginning of this year, you were not ready for. Some of that stuff you still are not ready for. But do you want to become the woman who can be ready for it, who can say yes to it? Because here's the thing. You might get presented today with exactly what you said you wanted at the beginning of this year. And something in you is going to say no. As much as you want it, something in you is going to say no. Or if you do say yes, it's not a complete yes. It's not a surrendered yes. It's not a confident yes, because you feel as if somehow you don't deserve it, because you might think like you have to earn these things. And we've been taught this. We've been taught that we have to earn love. We've been taught that we have to earn certain positions. We've been taught all of these things, that we have to earn friendship, that we have to pay our way through. There are blessings that will come into your life. There are desires in your heart. There are goals and dreams that you have that will never require you to earn them. They will require you to receive them. And you cannot receive them until you get rid of the things inside of you that are making you impure. You could have the best vision, but if your motives are off, it throws everything off kilter. And we don't always want to admit that our motives are off. I had to learn some hard things about myself. I had to learn that I wasn't as nice as I think I was. I had to learn where the root of some of my goals came from, and it wasn't a good place. There are goals that I had to get rid of completely because the foundation of those goals was flawed. Are you willing to give up on something that is flawed so that you can receive something that is better, so that you can create something that is better? All that is part of being a visionary woman. Being a visionary woman is not standing in the limelight and being admired by everyone and being in the spotlight and being the one who calls the shots. Being a visionary woman also requires you to be introspective, also requires you to be still, because if you sit still long enough and if you're quiet enough, you begin to hear the truth. Because you're no longer seeking to be seen. You're seeking to actually understand. And when you look for understanding in a situation, that's where wisdom comes. And wisdom is the application of what you learned. It's not just knowing, it's actually doing it. It's actually being confident enough to walk in it, confident enough to receive it. So if you are going through a refining process right now, if you are recognizing certain patterns in your life, those conversations, different things just keep popping up and you're like, why can't I shake this thing? Lean into it, dig into that, have those daily appointments, your appointment with God, your appointment with yourself, and then your appointments with others come. All the to-dos and all the meetings and all the different things that you have to do, those come after, but center yourself. Center yourself so that everywhere that you show up, you are showing up solid and you're showing up strong. And remember, when you are refined, you are still precious. I hope this helps. Blessings on your journey. I will talk to you soon. Bye.